Right, so where are we with the build? As you can see, we are back on the wheels. We are back in almost one piece. Now, off the top of your head, can you see any differences? No, which is the exact point. Obviously, as we go in closer, you'll be able to see what I've done. But for the first part, I wanted this from a distance to look untouched. I am at some point going to get some Blackfoot wheels, which I'm guessing I will have to either have 4 rears or modify the fronts, because these are all 4 shaft driven axles. So yeah, well, that's just something that's just occurred to me. But for now, it has wheels. We will do. Excuse me. I don't know why, but every time I start recording, 2 things happen. 1, I start coughing uncontrollably, going, guess it's a nerves thing. And 2, the dog goes pitty-patty, but she's a bit poorly today, so maybe this video will be quieter than usual. Right, so cracking on. The body is on, the chassis is in more or less one piece, and you'll straight away see a motor in the middle. Alright, it's a little higher than I wanted it to be, but, you know, there is not a lot of space inside this chassis. None at all. Right, now, what did I do? Some of this decision-making process was necessity and not choice. I did it this way because it was the only way I could get it to work, and that is an issue I will maybe redo later on. I'll revisit it. When I've got a bit of money, I'll be getting some new diffs and stuff, so maybe this will change. This is subject to change. But I'll tell you what I showed you in the last video. I've actually altered the setup of this. This motor was actually here, hanging outside. I noticed that as I picked it up, there's only 2 screws that fasten the motor to the gearbox. One here, and then one here when it fastens to the chassis plate. And I picked it up and it bent, and I'm like, ooh, that works. So now, I just made this little plate that holds it in place, and ta-da! Right, now, because we got the angle for the gearbox, I have now got the little drive shaft. Again, not particularly pretty, but it works. It just goes in through a hole, and I can show you that there I am driving the wheels from the middle. So the back end is working. The front end, I have no drive shafts that go from there to there. I had a cheapo axial one that I modded to fit something else, but I modded it so damn well it's now a permanent piece. I can't shorten it, lengthen it or anything, so yeah, I can't use that. And ironically, I'm going to call them spindles. The drive cup fastens onto the output shaft. That's it. The drive cups that are fastened on these output shafts, they are quite large output shafts on both this and the front diff. I tell you, let me get a torch. Oh, I've got myself a torch, flashlight, whatever you want to call it. Right, ignore the ugly piece of cardboard. I'm mocking up a new skid plate for the bumper to fasten to. Yes, as you can see, this is not the best flashlight or torch for this, but you can see the diff is in there. I do need a proper old style incandescent bulb flashlight for this. Yes, the Ollie steering works. I'm going to have to work on the length of the turnbuckles because I have got this toe-in thing going on. There's still the Tamiya wobble. There's nothing you can do about that. But I'm still sad that I had to cut this, because I found out you cannot buy these. You cannot buy these. That is full stop. I have found that they are King Blackfoot K parts, but nobody has them. Nobody sells them separately. These, yes. These, yes. Everything except for that one. You can find everything for a King Blackfoot except for that. And the only other thing that's an issue is, and the reason why I bought an entire gearbox, is these housings are, the cheapest I could find one was £37.50 and postage, and I bought the whole rear end, motor and all, for £45. So for like £5-6 difference, and about £8 with the postage. I got the whole thing, so there you go. That's enabled me to build a second one. Anyway, right, so what have we got left to do with this? I mentioned in the last video, make a little cover to house the bearings so they don't get crap in them. The shocks on the front are too stiff. I need new shocks because the ones on the back, I still want to keep the sort of Tamiya Bounty feel. So there's no oil in them shocks. They're just basically cheap friction shocks. But the ones for the front are not long enough. So yeah. Right, so that we've got to make a drive shaft from there to there. We've also got to fit a steering servo in. Excuse me, which I never foresaw being a problem. Until you stick a drive shaft where it's not supposed to go. So I've got to work that out. I'll mount it up here or something. That I'll make it work. The front I need drive shafts, dog bones or some CVDs, whatever for this. I could use the drive shafts and the uprights from the Thunder Tiger, but I wanted this to be all Tamiya as much as I could to begin with. So I'll modify that later. Plus the A-arms are odd colours. I don't like that, so another thing to be modified later. I'll either paint these grey or them black. So that's pretty much it. Once I've got the drive shafts centre and front done, it is a working model. Like I say, I'm just making a new skid plate that's going to look like the original one but come all the way to the front. I mean, I say just make this. To me, this is easy stuff. And I'm no engineer, but it's just, to me, I've learned how to make things out of aluminium. I know to some people that is not an easy task, but it's all to do with your skill level. I mean, there's some people will be watching this going, oh my God, how archaic, how dinosaur mechanics, you know, but I do what I can do and I don't care. Right, so how did I mount this? I made a little aluminium plate that fits under there, leaving the battery placement totally as original. And now the wires can be a bit of an issue, but a LiPo will fit in there. So we'll see when I place these end caps on. Because on the original Blackfoot, it's designed to open this door and place a battery from underneath, so it doesn't matter about the wires particularly, because these were permanently fixed on the ends there. And that's where we are. Next time you see this, no, I've said next time you'll see this running, but I thought, great, how am I going to mount the body? Because what have I done? Let's come to that before I get onto the next bit. I've had to fill all the existing multiple holes. I'm going to take this sticker off. I'm going to redo it. I may have to buy myself a sticker set. I wasn't going to, because I managed to rescue this one little piece. As you can see, it's peeling from the original sticker set of the 80s Blackfoot. I had some of the original stickers lying around, like the Ford logo is from something else, but it's exactly the right size, funnily enough. Those are the original stickers from the 80s Blackfoot. And just on this video, I've just noticed they're not straight. Yeah. Right, now I had Emax uprights on the back here, so that's the extra holes. And it dawned on me, I thought, I've got these. Why don't I use these? And I know I didn't use these because as soon as I put a pin through it, it broke. So I thought, great, I've managed to get the rear mounts to use the original holes. Awesome. No. So I think I may chop these off and drill into it, because there's a void in the back there, so I can run a nut through and use that and just bolt it down. Because, to be honest, once I've got all the electronics in, the battery goes in from underneath anyway, so I just make the top permanently fixed. So that's a save. I didn't want to trash these. I was actually thinking about selling these on, because they're quite rare. They're not really, really rare, but these are original ones. And I don't know, maybe I'll get some from the Riri, because I think that uses the same mounts. We'll see. But yeah, so I'll keep these. Well, it's broke now, so it's literally no use. It's literally no use. So I don't feel guilty modifying that now. So there we go, body to fit, drive shafts to make, electronics to put in now. I can put the receiver here, and the ESC probably here, and it's done. Like I say, I've moved the centre of gravity up a little, but it's now 4-wheel drive, so we'll see. Now, I did notice that it sits a little low in the front. I mean, it's sitting really low now, but that when I get the new shockers, I'll adjust that. Oh my god! Right, so there we go. Good-o. The next video of this will be completed. So thanks for watching, guys. Like I said before, I've termed this a legacy build. This is a build I've wanted to do since I very first got into this hobby 20 odd years ago, and I finally nearly made it happen. Right, so there we go. Thanks for watching, peeps, and goodbye.